Hey everyone, welcome back to Zach Archer Games. I know it's been a long time since I've been making videos here. This is kind of one of my channels that has gotten the least amount of attention recently. If you don't know, I have multiple different channels. I have Zach Archer, which is music, Zach Archer TV, which is movies, TVs, reality TV, Zach Archer Games, which is video games and all that. And then I have Tarkaron, Tarqaron, which is a channel, Tarkaron, the channel I do with my friend Alec. We record that every week. So I got a lot going on, but I've always said I'm going to try to make my goal. I haven't been perfect with that. Has been to at least put content out on at least one of the solo channels per week. But I'm trying to get regular videos into all of them. In particular, I've been enjoying doing like some of the monthly videos, like over on Zach Archer TV. I have a video I do every month where I rank every new movie I watched in that past month. Zach Archer on the music channel, I'm trying to get a regular video going for that, where I rank all the top 10 Billboard songs. So here, I feel like it's pretty simple. I've been playing a decent amount of games recently. You know, some months are more sparse than others, but I figure I'll do at least a monthly what I've been playing segment. All right, well, everything we played in the month of May is what I'll be talking about this video. I'm also a collector as well, but I don't do an excessive amount. Like I don't come in. I wouldn't be able to come in every month with a huge stack of games I bought for like a games that I've purchased or games I bought recently segment. So I figure I'll tag that into this video as well. So I'll kick off every month showing any games I bought the previous month, because I'm sure there will be plenty of months where I haven't bought any, and so it'll just be the games I've been playing as advertised. But I figured this would be an opportunity to talk about them if I do. And so I have a couple here. I've been doing essentially my girlfriend and I. My girlfriend's not really into gaming on a serious level or anything like that, especially not retro gaming, but she has been accompanying me, and we'll do other stuff in the area, in essentially plotting out different retro game stores that are like an hour, 2 hours away from here, just to go over there to see what's going on and then do something in that area. Because for the longest time it's been like I have no retro game stores in my area, but there are some. Like I encourage you to look around if you don't have any either, or you think you don't have any, because you'd be surprised. Like there's none like within 30 minutes or anything, but there is one that's an hour. Actually, there is one that's like just over 30 minutes. So that's what I'm talking about. So there's more than you'd be expecting. Because my whole life I've never been like, oh my god, no retro game stores. There was one for a while that just didn't carry much, but I've been trying to go around different parts of the state and see what's out there, and it's been fun. I haven't gotten like huge hauls or anything, but yeah, this is just going to cover what I got in May, which is only a couple games. First off is Mario Party DS. This is one I've wanted for a while actually, and I love the Mario Party games. I have most of them, but would like to have all of them, because I really one time want to just go play through every Mario Party. Like I played most of them, but I want to do like a deep dive into all the Mario Parties. Never played Mario Party DS, and this is definitely one I wanted to check off and get into the collection as well. It's in nice condition as far as I can tell, and yeah, looking forward to playing that sometime. Next up, I just got this the other day. I went with my girlfriend to a Beyonce concert. She's a huge Beyonce fan. The Cowboy Carter concert, and within that area, that's right near the. It's in MetLife Stadium near the American Dream Mall, if you know that area in New Jersey. And a few minutes away, there's a retro game store or two. I was able to hit one up. It had just opened up recently. It's called Pixelated Treasures, and it was pretty cool, but you can tell it just opened recently because there's really not much in there. But I did find a couple things. Ironically, a couple of them are ones I've already played. Harvest Moon Magical Melody on the Wii. Now, I have this on the GameCube, and I've had this on the GameCube like ever since I was a child. But I've always known there was a Wii version. But I'm a big Harvest Moon collector. I collect a lot of the Harvest Moon Story of Seasons games. So I figured it'd be cool to just have in the collection. It's like, why not? When I get around to playing this one properly, I can do the Wii version. And another one is Trauma Center Second Opinion. Now, this is one I have played a bit of, but my brother, when he moved out, he had the copy, so I'm out of this one. So I've slowly been rebuilding. I've got most of the essentials from when we would share games in the same house, and Trauma Center is one of them. Pretty cool game. I'm looking forward to getting back to that at some point, properly finishing it. And the last one is one I have no connection to, and it's Bomberman Generation. If you don't know, I'm a big GameCube collector. Otherwise, I'm a pretty big Wii collector as well. That's been one I've been getting into more. But outside of that, I'll go for ones that I'm like very specifically interested in. GameCube is the only exception to where I will... Any GameCube games, I welcome them into my collection. GameCube is my favorite console, and I like just collecting for it, period. A lot of amazing games on it that I happen to have, but also just random ones. This was one I saw. The problem with GameCube is even in all the retro game stores, they're very hard to come by, GameCube games. You know, I guess it's a hot commodity. And so I can't just go, as much as I want to get a lot of GameCube games, I can't just go and buy them in bulk, generally, because they're going to cost, like this one costs $25. So I'm not going to buy a bunch of $25, $30 games. GameCube doesn't have too many, like $5, $10 games. So, and I happen to have probably a lot of them, if there are. So this was one that I despised. I actually didn't know that this game existed. And so, cool, Bomberman Generation. One of these days I really want to like focus in on, because I've gotten a ton of GameCube games. I have a huge backlog in general, but it would be cool to focus in on specifically checking off some of these GameCube games I got. That's it for the games. Just these three and Mario Party DS, so that's what I've gotten in the past month. And I do want to show a couple of cool items that I also got, though. Look at this. Nintendo Power Donkey Kong. I'm a big Donkey Kong fan. I collect a lot of Donkey Kong things, and I love the Nintendo Power as well. I have over on the shelf a huge stack of tons of gaming magazines from the past, but not from this era. I have a decent selection of Nintendo Powers, but they're mostly from, like the GameCube era and on. This is Donkey Kong Barrels of Game Boy Fun. But plain and simple, I saw Donkey Kong. I thought that would be cool, if nothing else, to have this as a display item, because it's Donkey Kong prominently featured. But I do really want to dive into this and see what's going on around the time Donkey Kong Game Boy Fun. And then I got one more Nintendo Power. This one's really cool. It's the Super Mario RPG cover. Really cool. I love Super Mario RPG. I love Mario RPGs in general. So if I could find like a Paper Mario cover Nintendo Power, that would be awesome. I would love that. That would probably be top of the list for me. I do, as I said, I have a bunch of gaming magazines, and that's something I do want to kind of do a series out of at some point, going into those gaming magazines. A ton of them. The majority are Game Informers, which you might not have as much nostalgic attachment to as like some of these Nintendo Powers from the GameCube and Wii era. Like, that's my shit right there. But definitely would like to do a little series out of it. I have some creative ideas, I think, of ways to go about it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Now we're going to get into the games that I've been playing recently. And I'm recording this on June 2nd right now. So there are a couple games I've been playing the past couple days. But this is specifically games I played in May. All right. I'm going to go roughly in the order that I played them. First up is Super Mario Galaxy on the Nintendo Wii. Love this game. The reason I happened to just pop this one in this past month is because Alec and I over on Tarkaron, we've been doing a regular 3D Mario review series. So we're making our way through every 3D Mario game. We've done Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario 64 DS, and now we just reviewed Mario Galaxy. You can see that on the channel if you want to check out a review of it. Well, pretty much needless to say, I love this game. It's a joy. It was a joy to go back into. I quickly breezed into this very early into the month. I breezed through tons of stars. Was tearing through this thing. I got all 120 stars for the first time for me, actually. And unfortunately, I can't say 100%ed it, because an annoying thing in this game is in order to technically 100%, you have to beat every star that you just beat with Mario. You have to go back and beat it with Luigi, and then there's one additional bonus star after that. So that's really annoying, and so that might be something I'll have to revisit again in a future date to just check that off with Luigi. But yeah, this is really a groundbreaking game. Beautiful music, awesome mechanics, how they explore the different physics of the planets and everything. Yeah, stellar game. Mario Galaxy 2 is the next game we'll be reviewing, so I'm looking forward to seeing if it holds up to what I remember and what I've always said, which is that Mario Galaxy 2 is my favorite 3D platformer ever. Loved it. Even as good as this game is, it's a step up. So we'll see if that holds true years later. It's been over a decade since I played this, so I probably a similar amount of time since Mario Galaxy 2. Next up is The Walking Dead: A New Frontier on the PlayStation 4. This is Season 3 of Telltale's The Walking Dead. I'm a huge fan of the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead. I played them back when they first came out, and then for whatever reason, I played 4 out of the 5 episodes on this, and then stopped. And years have gone by. Finally, picked it back up, started from episode 1, finished all 5 episodes. We're also doing a little year-long challenge on Tarkron for a certain list of games we've assembled for ourselves. And this was on my list as well, so it'll work towards that. But I've been meaning to catch up on the Telltale games I've missed out on or haven't played yet from the past however many years, because I really only hit up Tales from the Borderlands, the first 3 Walking Deads now, Wolf Among Us, Game of Thrones. Those are the ones I've hit up. So there's still the Batmans, there's still the Minecrafts. There really aren't that many. And I also do have some of the older ones like Jurassic Park, Back to the Future that I want to hit up too. But this is, of the 3 seasons I would play, is by far the worst. It's just really, it's weird how the vibe has shifted. And I think it lost sight of itself a little bit here. I'm hoping it fully recovers in the last season. But really, we're just, the big reasons I don't have much investment in the characters. I don't really care for the characters too much. And that's the biggest killer here. So yeah. Next up is Life is Strange Before the Storm. Before the Storm. Again, this is more catch-up. Life is Strange and the Telltale games have kind of both been batched together as a similar time that I played them, and I just haven't followed through on their sequels. So this is one I had played like 1 episode of years and years ago, and now I came back and finished all the episodes, so this is checked off. Also, Life is Strange 2 is on my challenge list for Tarkron as well. So I knew I had to get through this in order to play that one. So yeah, as you can tell, I was in a bit of a story game mode, a la Life is Strange and The Walking Dead. So I played both of them. I was actually alternating between each of them. Every night I would play 1 episode of one episode of the other. And this is also fairly mediocre compared to the original, which the original I might be blinded a little bit by nostalgia in a sense, because I feel like the biggest thing that stuck out to me in this game is the writing and like how cringe it can be. And I know the original had an element of that. I don't know if it was just as strong, and like really I just always viewed it in rose-tinted glasses. But this did feel like a step down. It has some moments, but pretty mediocre, same level as Walking Dead: A New Frontier for me. Then we have The Walking Dead: The Final Season. This is one that just started, so I haven't made much progress, maybe a couple hours in. Immediately, I feel like this is definitely going to be better than the last season. That's just the impression I get from the direction it went. And really cool how I did not know that they took out the episodic element of it going into this game. So it's not broken into episodes. And that's cool, I think, as far as the product is concerned. But it also has made it less consistent for me to play, because I was really thinking like, oh, I'll play an episode a night, but now I just have to break it up like a normal game, so not as palatable. but definitely going to finish this soon. Here's a bit of an oddball pick. Atari Mania on the PlayStation 4. This is, if you haven't heard of it, it piqued my interest long ago whenever I would see it on sale on like the Woot Amazon app. I saw it on sale a lot. Finally pulled the trigger on the PlayStation 4 version because it was pretty cheap. And essentially it's a pretty simple concept to sell. It's WarioWare meets Atari. It's Atari games in the style of micro games a la WarioWare. So you're doing like quick few second activities. Shoot this thing, destroy this thing, do that. And all the different Atari inspired games, which is cool. I do have a bunch of Atari games, but I've never actually played any Atari game ever. And so this was a nice excuse to play games directly inspired by them. And generally, I really like the concept. And this would probably be a great game for me, if not for some of the games that were definitely crossing that line into being more frustrating than fun. Or more frustrating than challenging. That's the key thing. Because I was surprised by the level of difficulty at some points. I was kind of thinking going into this, it would probably be a pretty easy, quick to beat game. And surprised how I got hung up on some. And then that final set of games and the boss was brutal. But sometimes it just got too frustrating and it felt annoying. Like I was hindered in some ways in how the games worked. But I am proud of myself with this game because after so many tries, I beat the final set of games and beat the final boss, only for my game to greet me with an error message saying there's a problem with this game, and it crashed. When I saw that, after putting so much time into finally perfecting those games, very disheartening. I almost was thinking like, well, I beat the boss. I did my due diligence. I might not have the trophy to show for it or whatever, but that's it. I'm not going to go through this again just because the game robbed me just now. But I managed to play it. I played it just one more time and beat it again, back to back. After it took me so many tries going through initially, to beat it twice in a row, I felt pretty proud of that. But this is pretty fun. And if you're an Atari fan, this is a pretty cool thing. And it's not even, I expected it to be more cheaply put together than it was in terms of, I thought it was just going to be games, just micro games and that's it. But no, it's actually, you do a set of micro games. You go around this little, essentially like an office space, hub world. And you go up different floors and you do different things around the level to then unlock another set of micro games. So it's cool, kind of tied together with a little more thought than I expected. And there's some fun little, you can get like the manuals from the original Atari games and the different box arts and stuff. So there's cool little collectibles in there too. So not a bad game, just not an amazing game either. And last and most certainly least for this month, Panda Hero Remastered. Look at this guy. This is crazy to me. I mean, if you look on the back, you immediately can tell it's not going to be a good time. It's one of those like Mario ripoffs that doesn't even like put much effort into itself. My brother had gotten this for me because I think it was like really cheap, like $5 or something. So he was like, why not? He got each of us one. It's just god awful. And I don't know if this came from a mobile game, but it definitely gives that with how the layout of the menu is set up and everything, and how when you finish the game's last level, there's no credits or anything ceremonious. It's just that's it. The way all the levels are set up seem very mobile game-ish, but definitely not worthy of an adaptation on the console, that's for sure. And the fact that they had a remastered version, like there was a version before this, and then this is the remastered version. It's crazy. I don't know how that happened, but it is really bad, janky, and even with how bad it is, and kind of how boring and rote each level is, it's like the same enemies that I'm just like I have no interest in. Even with all that being said, the biggest crime is that there's a couple of levels that are straight up like broken. Like you jump against the wall, you're supposed to do like a little wall jump, and then I'm just kind of glitching through the wall, and I had to literally navigate the poorly designed game in order to consider it beaten and done and over with. So now I can go burn this copy. It was really, really bad. I just remembered after going through all the games, I meant to do this. I wrote down a list and everything. That there was a couple games that I don't have physically that chronologically fit in different places that I didn't do. So now I gotta retroactively go back and touch on those. One is The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, which is essentially a DLC that goes it's set before Life is Strange 2. So it ties into it. It's only a couple hours, essentially one bonus little episode of Life is Strange. And overall, I like the direction, and it'll be cool if like there's a similar, if that's at all an idea of what Life is Strange 2 will be like. I feel like I've heard good things about Life is Strange 2, but after playing Before the Storm, and like the gimmick of that game is pretty lame. What they did with the Captain Spirit was pretty charming, and yeah, I enjoyed it probably overall more than Before the Storm for what it's worth, for its tiny little package that it puts together. The most annoying thing with Captain Spirit is that you can't purchase it. Well, first of all, it's a free thing. It's a free episode. But you can't download it or even access it on the PlayStation 5. Like if you go in the PlayStation Store, you won't be able to find it anywhere. Even if you go under like Life is Strange 2 add-ons and all that, it's not in there. You have to go onto your PlayStation 4 in order to play this, which is the most annoying thing, because I thought I was done with that PlayStation 4. I was happy to be done with it when I got the PS5 because my PlayStation 4 was giving me a lot of issues with even playing properly, and the controller was giving me issues connecting to it. So it was really on its deathbed, and so I had to bring that thing back out and get it to work just long enough for me to play that game. And so yeah, I enjoyed it, but that was the most annoying part. So just like The Walking Dead final season, Life is Strange 2 is definitely on my horizon of a game to play soon. And the last game is one I just started playing at the very end of last month into the last couple of days here in June, which is Yooka-Laylee. I unfortunately don't have a physical copy of it. I gotten it on sale at some point on the PlayStation store. But the reason I was playing this at the very end of the month is because I was just assigned it in a recent, what's called a Gents Challenge over on our community's Discord. And Gents Challenges are essentially backlog challenges where a ton of people come together and I randomly pair everybody up, and then you assign your partner a couple games from their lists of their backlog for them to have to finish within a 2-month deadline. So if you beat one, you're successful, you're a gent. If you beat both, you've gone above and beyond, you're a supreme gent. If you beat neither, you failed the challenge, you're a rascal. And for me, I was assigned Yooka-Laylee and a game called Deadly Creatures on the Wii. And Yooka-Laylee is the one I started with because I feel like that was less palatable to me. I tried playing it an hour or two before, and it just didn't jive with me. After playing a considerable amount now, like I've put in over 10 hours at this point, I still think it's a pretty mid platformer, all things considered, but I definitely am enjoying it more than I did in the first couple hours. There's more to it than you'd think at first, and it does some cool stuff, but still not up there with the greats for me at all. So yeah, that's it for all the games I played in May, and so I'll be back a month from now to talk about what I played in June. Hopefully I'm hoping to really hit the ground running this month and keep the progress going, because I've been having a good pace of games beat this past couple months. So let's see what I can do. I'm looking forward to playing some Deadly Creatures, finishing out Yooka-Laylee, hopefully getting back to Walking Dead final season, maybe Life is Strange 2, and who knows what else on the horizon. Switch 2 comes out in a couple days, so if I get that at launch, I'll have Mario Kart World. Yeah, I thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll have more videos on the way talking about all things video games and what I've been up to in that realm. All right, thank you.